I've been keeping this build a secret. Yeah, I didn't drop a video on it. I ain't show you no stats, no nothing. But look, I have to give it to y'all boys. I have made a new build and it is a slasher. Yes, a slasher. It's not really an actual slasher. When you look at the stats, you're like, okay, you get an 85 contact dunk, and looking at all of it, it's looking all dandy. But since 2K came out with that patch 3 and said we can have 80 ball control, oh man, this was a build just for playing rec, just messing around, getting rep, just having some fun. But since 2K came out with patch 3 and let us get 80 ball control, this build actually became better than what it was. Just look at it. I got an 81 ball control, an 81 three-pointer, an 85 drive and dunk, and I can get standing dunks. If I would have made this build a small forward, he would have had a higher standing dunk. But I also get an 87 steal. I'm literally a lockdown, but I don't have that many defensive badges. That's the one thing about it. You don't got that many defensive badges. Once y'all see the pie chart, y'all see. But looking at all the physicals, I got a 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 99 stamina, and basically an 80 vertical. But my badge count is 14, 15, 12, and 7, even though I could have made this way better. I'm going to show you guys today how to make this build way better than it is. These are the badges that I'm using right now. These are the badges that I'm going to be using in park, using in rec, all that. But look, shooting badges, I might take off clutch shooter based on what I'm playing and put on maybe catch and shoot if I'm in the corner or me actually having the ball in my hand. But playmaking badges, I only have 12. That's decent enough. And with the defensive badges, 7 defensive badges. Some people might go with 6, but 7 defensive badges. I like having more defensive badges. You can make this build way better than what I have right now. And I'm going to show you guys. So look, we're going to make this build a point guard, a shooting guard, or a small forward. It works for all. But one thing I'm going to tell you, if you know how to use the metric system, if you don't know how to use it, go watch my playmaking shot critter, my newest playmaking shot critter build video. I'll put the tab up on the right so you can go watch that video. But for the pie chart for this build, these are the 2 pie charts I prefer you guys to actually use. The one I use, as you seen, I have Hall of Fame finishing and Hall of Fame shooting. It's the OGBP build. But you know, there's new pie charts in the game. So if you don't care for having Hall of Fame shooting badges, even though I care about it, because it does help having them Hall of Fame badges, because that boost is crazy compared to gold and Hall of Fame this year. So that's the reason I picked the Hall of Fame. Even though if you want more contact animations, like actually getting consistently with the tendencies, you might want to end up going with the slashing more than the shooting, but you still get a high ball control as well. But y'all see, I'm showing you right now how many badges you get in each category. You get 22 finishing, you get 22 shooting, and you get a total maybe like 16 playmaking, and I think it's a total of 10 defensive badges if you literally want to see what you get maxed out on each category. So it'll be 22, 22, 16, and 10. But look, let's get into the build. I showed you what every category gets maxed out at, and now it's time to construct and make the build. As first, I'm gonna show you how I made the build. As you see, I'm messing with the shooting first. Well, you can maybe get 16 shooting badges if you want to, but 15 is just the sweet spot. And if you guys remember my Ja Morant build video that I showed y'all earlier in the prelude, as looking at it and actually watching gameplay and actually seeing the stats compared to what I was thinking of what 2K20 was to 2K21, as having a 73 pointer, you're not going to be able to really use that build on 3s. You would usually use that build on 2s. That's mostly a build that you would not want to use. I would rather use that build than using a pure slasher, but you might as well use a pure slasher at that point. But if you want to have a chance to even hit a 3, I would use the blue yellow if you're going to use that build. But I end up making this as a secondary option of my Ja Morant build if that build failed. But how 2K actually came out in 2K21 current gen, it did fail, but it does get a lot of contact dunks. That's one thing about it. It gets a great amount of contact dunks. But we got 4, 15, 12, and 7. But I'm gonna show you this real quick, because one minor change can actually get you more badges. And that's all I gotta do is take off the defense off my player. So once I change this, I lower the defense to 6 badges. I get an extra 2 playmaking badges, and I can maybe get an extra finishing badge. As you see, I got 15, 15, 14, and 6. Sacrificing some attributes to get these actual badge points somewhat can help the build, but looking at it, I'm actually liking it better than my build that I made. But that build was made in the prelude. That was one of the builds that was going to be a backup build for the slash and playmaker that I created. So it actually came out well. Dribbling on this build as having long arms, so you'll see in the future, having long arms, you're going to see it's actually nice. It's not that bad. It's kind of slower, of course, because you can't speed boost, but you can do curry slide and you can do the behind the back once you get to that 80 ball control. But for all you guys that's going to end up making a lot of new builds, and if you're somebody that know you're not getting a PS5 and you're going to be still on current gen, you can make a lot of crazy builds now, just because we have expanded to the 80 ball control instead of having the 85 ball control to be able to do certain dribble moves and unlocking pro dribble moves. But look, if you're going to actually make a 6'4", this is what you're going to have to do. You have to do the metric system. If you're going to make a point guard, make him 6'4". Ain't no way that you're going to make a 6'3" unless you make the other pie chart. If you're going to make the other pie chart, you have to make it 6'3", and you'll be able to get contact dunks, because the dunk is higher on that other pie chart, but the shooting is lower on that pie chart. That's one thing about it. But when it comes to actually messing around with this build, I went with the 6'5". I could have went 6'4" and did the metric system, but I didn't want to do the metric system because I didn't want to confuse you guys. But when you go lowest wingspan, you're only 2 away from hitting that threshold of hitting shots consistently. If you didn't know, if you have an 86 3-pointer, you will hit shots more consistently than what you do with an 82 or 84. Even though you see an 84 is very high, an 86 3-pointer will help you hit shots more consistently. Once you see somebody with an 86 3-pointer plus that 4, oh man. As that, having an 88 3-pointer with lowest wingspan, that's not the key. We're trying to get contact dunks. This is the main reason why we're making this build. We want to get contact dunks and shoot decently. We're not trying to shoot the greatest. It'd be great if we could, but how this game works, you can't have the best of both worlds unless you're a play shot. So look, I'm going to end up making this build max wingspan. I'm just going to show you lowest wingspan one more time for anybody that's asking. You're only 1 away from actually getting your 80 ball control. So when you hit 96 overall, you got the 80 ball control. You can get all the pro dribble moves, but your dunking is super low. So we're going to go back to the max wingspan 86.0. Look, I got an 81 driving dunk. My actual wingspan didn't really affect my dribble moves. It only dropped it down by 1, so it's still 77. So with this takeover, I'm telling you guys right now, do not pick playmaking. Do not pick playmaking. Do not. I want sharpshooting and slashing are your only options. Shot creating, as you know, fades are kind of iffy right now since the patch 3. Slashing and sharpshooting is your only options. Slashing and sharpshooting. So imagine, slashing and sharpshooting. I prefer to pick slashing, and that's what I did since the build somewhat tendencies are kind of low, and we come out with the slasher build. As y'all know, it's a lot of builds this year that says slasher, and it's a lot of builds this year that says playmaking shot creator, but they're really not playmaking shot creators, or they're really not slashers. But with this badge, got a 15, 15, 14, and 6, and I'm kind of liking it. I sacrificed 1 defensive badge, and I'm really a defensive type of person, but to make the build somewhat better, I had to sacrifice. But these are the badges I will use for finishing. Only thing that actually changed, I got 1 extra upgrade for consistent finisher, as y'all seen in the beginning of the video. So, but look, you can actually, I ain't gonna cap to you, if you can finesse slithery and consistent, take that off and get it to go, you can maybe get an extra badge somewhere else. But for shooting badges, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. If you didn't care about having 15 finishing badges, 16 is the sweet spot, but 15 will get the job done for anybody who's going to actually ask me. But if we get this video to 250 likes, or actually, let's do the regular, let's get this video to 300 likes, I will show you some 99 gameplay. I'm just trying to get used to using the build. I ain't want to come out there not getting used to the build. I would like to actually mess around, try to know what the mechanics is, what I can do, and get some hot spots in the paint to try to get contact dunks. But look, for playmaking badges, well, since we got 14, I'm gonna use that downhill. I need all the speed I can get. I got a 94 speed, but bro, messing with it, a 94 speed plus the downhill and you on some type of a fast break or coming out of a dribble move, it's gonna be nasty. But I would put flashy pass on her, but I'm gonna throw needle threader, and then I'm gonna have bell out on bronze. But when it comes to the actual defensive badges, it ain't really nothing you can really do with these 6 defensive badges. I know some people put their clamps on silver. How 2K defense is, I'm going with the gold. I'm not trying to extra slide. I'm not trying to do the slip and slide. I'm not trying to look like a backup dancer like I told y'all. I'm good. Allegedly, there is supposed to be a new build system on next gen. Hopefully, I can still make this build on PS5. But if I can't, I can't. I'm going to try my best. But make sure you guys drop a like on this video, subscribe, put on post notifications, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, and Instagram. And I'm out, y'all.